who is this guy? It's amazing. I'm like, dude, who are you? This is amazing. And then I further didn't know I was going to be representing the entire United States over in Dubai, speaking in front of a room of over, it was either 1 or 200 top leaders in a company from all around the world. And I was chosen to represent the United States for that entire company. That all happened in like a 2 or 3 month period in my life. It was insane. Then further, I was crowned the king of this organization of 10,000 people. It was the wildest thing. Massive variety is what I'm trying to tell you. I didn't expect that stuff. And there were so many surprises, including all kinds of people deceiving me, lying me, not having the same set of, not relying on these same, maybe they're ambitious and hardworking, but maybe for them, they don't really have a heart to serve others. They have a heart to go grab money, and maybe they're not really teachable and all kinds of different stuff. Why can I not? Okay, there we go. Whoa. Okay. So did I get significance? Yes, I gave the example being up on stage speaking to people. Love and connection. We have all of that right now. You just being on here and being a part of this. Jason, welcome on, bro. You being a part of this right now, we are experiencing a level of love and connection. And what's even more, where I personally, one of the ways that I experience that, like, love is a verb. Okay. It's not, I remember when I was younger, I thought love was what people gave me. And it is. There's an energetic component to it. Guys, what it really is, it's a bunch of electrical and chemical signals floating around your body. It's all just like, and I know that makes it sound like, oh, love doesn't matter. That's not what I'm saying. It's one of the most important things in the world, right up with gratitude. Love and gratitude will change the entire face of humanity the more we all step into those, more often than not. And so I'm not downplaying that. I am saying the way I used to experience love was me getting something from the world around me. What I realized was that it's a verb and it is something that we do. I choose to experience love by how much, like, I'm about to go watch some movies with my kids and my wife. We're going to have this awesome dinner. We're going to have so much fun tonight. I'm pumped up. But I also love right now sharing some of my experience and wisdom and pouring that out there. And that is love to me. Whether you like this or not, whether we lost a bunch of people when I had to redo the Facebook Live, whether you agree with this and you jumped off or anything else, it doesn't matter. I still get to experience this as love. And so guess what? You can do that exact same thing. So this was super non-planned, and I am super grateful we just got to dive into some of that. So the 3 big things that are a big part of my vision, here's what I'll tell you, is I talked about 100 people. So I'll just share briefly here. I already gave all the income and health disclaimers and all that stuff. I want to share with you. Oh, that's super cool. When I restarted the computer, I closed a document that I need, which I will open up here. So bear with me a second. We're going to look at that screen in just a moment. This is the screen we're going to look at really quickly here. So that's a little bit ambitious, Jason. There we go. So what I'm doing here, so I am creating so here's the deal. Next 90 days, I am helping 10 people to run towards 10K affiliate, which means they are going to create a month of 10,000 in BV or more in the vehicle of choice, which is My Daily Choice HempWorks. And I'll talk more about why that vehicle and why particularly the 90-day challenge we have and everything else. But this is, so next 90 days, 10 people. Oh, it's not going to allow me to keep writing inside of the E. So I can't really make that an E. So PL means people, apparently. So next 90 days, helping 10 people to get here. The next year, So here we are. You're hearing this. You're paying attention and plugging in here on December 31st of 2018, or somewhere January, somewhere like that. So between now and December 31st of 2019, these numbers here will be 10x. And that's because we'll be creating 100 people at this 10K affiliate level, because then I need 10 people to be doing 100,000 per month BV. And so what that means is, for one person to do 100,000 per month, they're going to need an average of about 10 other people doing 10. Now, is it going to be exactly 10 people that help somebody else go to 100K affiliate? No. It might be 5. It might be 15 people. In fact, it's going to be tons of people all collectively working together. But the majority of the volume is going to come from a smaller group of people. And why? That's because these three things are not easy to come by in the world. And they're not easy to wake up more often than not and keep these on your mind and your heart and go apply them. So these three very things, that's why, guys, I'm giving you my playbook, like, to be a top leader in network marketing. I'm giving you the playbook. I just showed you a team of well over 100,000 members. The playbook, you're literally looking at the screen right now. The playbook is: have a heart to serve others, be teachable, and go work your ass off, and just go either make somebody get off the treadmill first, or die. And guess what? I've never met anybody that's died trying to run faster and work harder than the other people around them in this industry, because what really happens is they realize how much more potential they have. Just like when I was in college, and when I first got there, we had 2-a-day practices for preseason. Now, that wasn't really all that different for me, because my high school team did that, and we were nationally ranked as a high school team. It was amazing. We had some of the best players in the nation on my high school team that were on the national team. It was crazy. But what I wanted to say was, I was used to like hard 2-a-day practices, and it wasn't that big of a change. But a couple of years into my college career, I had already got my scholarship. New coach comes in, and he says, we're going to start doing 3-a-days. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, what do you mean 3-a-days, dude? And here's what they meant. Here's what 3-a-days was. It meant 7:30 to 9 every morning is 90 minutes literally of pure fitness. That's all it was. 1 to 3 p.m. Was it 1 to 3 or 12 to 2? I think it was 12 to 2 was tactical stuff, doing drills, working, like learning the systems the coach wanted to teach us, stuff like that. Learning what your teammates should be doing, what you should be doing, and trying to get it all working together. And then the third practice each day was, I thought it was 4 to 6. My mind, this was back in like freaking 95 or 6 or something. But the third practice was a full 2 hours, and it wasn't a practice. It was like full on game. And you got to understand something: when you're in an environment where people are trying out and trying to make a team, and it doesn't matter if it's preseason, it doesn't matter if they're your teammates, like, it is like hardcore, because you're literally competing directly, that if somebody outperforms you and does better and outworks you, and they're just better than you, then they are going to play over you on the team, because there's only 11 people that get to play out of however many were out for tryouts, many dozens. And so that was crazy. But here's why I'm sharing all that, because until I had gone through 3-a-days, I had no idea how much my body was capable of doing. And I remember by like the third day, so this went on for like, I think we did 6 full days of 3-a-days. Guys, all kinds of people got hurt. We had pulls, like tears, all kinds of stuff happened. It's not very healthy. It's pretty much like going to like, I don't even know if boot camps go as hard as some of the things we did. It wasn't like you jog around a track in the morning for 90 minutes. It's like you haul ass for a lap, then you slow jog a recovery, then you haul ass for 2 laps, which is a half mile. There's all kinds of things we did. And that's just like the tiny little morning session. So I remember by the third day, I'm not exaggerating, we would go and we'd just sit there in this place that was like, It was a little less than a quarter mile walk or so. Actually, no, it was a little more than a quarter mile. It was probably about close to half a mile. This building that we would eat our lunch in and our late breakfast and whatever we ate, all those meals. But we'd go in there and sit on the couches and really like lay, go to sleep, all this kind of stuff. And I remember trying to get off of those and trying to walk out to practice. Guys, we look like a freaking elderly home. We looked like we were all crippled, like with wheelchairs and shit, which we needed them. We could barely walk. Our muscles were so tight and so overworked. Dude, I remember to this day, it was freaking insane. We're limping, very tiny short steps. We literally look like old men, like trying to get out there, like hobbling. It was freaking crazy, dude. Every muscle in your body is totally jacked up. Lactic acid city everywhere. Probably most of us weren't stretching and doing a lot of the things to get that crap out, drinking enough water, staying hydrated enough to flush all the toxins out. But even with all that, if we were doing that, which I don't think any of us were, that we were still sore as hell, sorest I've ever been. And I didn't know my body could do what I did back then. But then we did it another year, and I think I did about 3 years worth of that. And here's why I'm saying that, because I have always embodied a sense of, sure as hell, number 1 and 2, really all 3 of these, I've always been that. I was always the guy in the team, even trying to serve my teammates, even if it's a tryout and everything else. Yes, I'm working my ass off. I'm trying to do the best I can, but that also didn't mean I never, like, I don't know if I've ever really hurt a player in my entire career, because I knew when it comes down to we're going in for a hard tackle and I might really jack somebody up, more often than not, I would not go in for blood. Yes, there were times when I got pissed, and usually it wasn't against myself, only a couple of those times my whole 30-year career. More often than not, it was them being an ass to other my teammates and me like going to defend teammates. And that wasn't really in college as much. That was different, indoor and playing at nationals and all kinds of different stuff. So anyway, that while I was always hardworking, I had no idea what I was capable of. Just like I had babied my feet my whole life. And I never finished this. I don't know if Brianna Scurry is still on here, but so I was so serious about my soccer career, and I had like such a genetic disadvantage compared to all the other players that I needed every advantage I can get. So I stopped drinking carbonation, all pop, all soda, when I was 13 years old, because I read in a book how the CO2 impacts your bloodstream and how your muscles intake oxygen from your bloodstream. So I needed what my mind was telling me was like that little 1% advantage with that. There's all these crazy things looking back. When I look back now, I'm like, that is freaking insane. I can't believe a 13-year-old kid did that. But I realized like that was my dream. All I knew to do was try to go chase soccer. I didn't know what else to do. It didn't matter. I was really gifted with computers. I didn't know at the time I had such a heart to serve people. I had no idea. Like, I just thought that was like what the whole world walked around as, like, be kind to others, except for some of those bullies and stuff. And so I'm sharing that because when I walked on fire with Tony Robbins, I had babied my feet my entire life. I literally wouldn't even walk in soft grass with bare feet ever. I wouldn't walk with socks either. Why? Because there could be a piece of glass or something in there, could get in my foot, and then I wouldn't be able to go to practice or play games and stuff. I'm talking like in my teens and like, so what happened was, next thing you know, I'm this like guy in his 30s getting ready to walk on fire, and I've almost never been barefoot most of my life. And so we strip our socks and shoes off, and we're walking on this cold pavement over in New York. And we're getting there, and it's like, it was a trek to get over to the fire walking stations. And my feet are freezing their asses off. And I'm like stepping on the tiniest little pebbles. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, I'm getting my ass kicked, and I'm trying to baby my feet because there was no calluses. There was nothing. My feet had been babied their whole life. It didn't matter if I was like 32 or whatever at the time. So imagine how many fears I had to overcome to walk on that fire, that for over 3 decades I had been babying my feet. Like that alone, that was one of my greatest fears. I knew we were going to walk on fire going into that thing. And I honestly, until we went through the prep and I understood what it was all about, I didn't think I was going to walk on 2,000 degree coals. And guess what? This is even worse, guys. This was the ultimate challenge. I'm so grateful for this. at the time scared the shit out of me. We're going there. And so how it works is that you have these big fire lanes. I forgot how long they are. I think they're like probably about 10 yards, which is basically like 30 feet, maybe 20 feet. I don't know how long they are, to be honest. Some of I'm trying to look and see if there's any Tony Robbins coaches. There might be. I don't know how long the fire lanes are. And maybe one of you could Google that and let us know. But so I go there and you're waiting in line and you're like helping your teammates out. And we're basically all like chanting together and they're doing the technique. And I won't go into the details here. I love teaching this stuff too, because it's amazing how our brains work and literally how you literally through your mental thought protect your feet and change the cellular composition of your body to where your feet won't get burned with the power of your mind. Or you don't do it right and your feet literally get burned, because these coals are literally 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit up to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And so here's why I'm sharing all that. What scared the shit out of me is that my lane, the coals had kind of like started cooling down a little bit. So they were like down towards the 1,200 range. So I'm not exaggerating. Literally, I'm the next guy to go. And so they pause our line. And I'm like, well, what's going on? You know, I've been waiting at 15, 20 plus minutes. My feet are freezing on the concrete. I'm like, dude, I'm like ready to go. So I'm like, okay, I know my pattern. I know what we're here to do. I'll just wait a second. And I look over and this guy is bringing over literally an entire wheelbarrow of red hot freaking coals. And there's a shovel there. And I think another person had a shovel. They get this crap all over the lane. They do multiple wheelbarrows. And my lane is now no longer like where you can just see a slight glow at the bottom. It is now freaking fire. Like it is red hot, the whole damn lane. This thing is glowing compared to the pits around us because we had just got the fresh coals. I was like, holy shit. and so that was again, but here's what I realized. I trusted them. I trusted they're not going to do something and that like, hey, why would this be any different from what it was a minute ago with the other coals were damn hot too. So what is this going to change anything? All I can do, the same exact patterns and the things we need to think about, the way we need to behave, the confidence we need to have, and the incantation, the mantra that we need to repeat as we're walking along these coals. And I'm going to do the pattern that we had practiced to do this, and I'm just going to run it. That's all I can do. And I did it, and it was amazing. Scary ass moment. Guys, going into that seminar, I didn't even think I would walk on fire. And I'm telling you that because you never are going to know how hard you can actually work and what you can actually do until you make the decision that they're going to get off the treadmill before me. Or I'm going to die, period. And when you make that decision, you become multiple magnitudes more powerful than before you own that decision. And now your body's like, dude, if we're going to die, let's freaking do this. And because your unconscious mind won't allow you to die. So you know what happens? It freaking it taps into some of your superhuman potential. And I wish more of the world were on this with us right now and listening and plugging into this kind of material, because this is what the world needs even more of. And this is what changed people's lives. So the 3 things I'm looking for to create those, especially the 10 people I'm helping go 100K affiliate within this company, what they will all have. They will be some of the hardest working people any of us have ever known. They will be teachable, and they will also have a heart to serve others. And while I may have some people that end up going 100K affiliate and beyond that only possess like 2 of these things, all the people that I'm working the closest with will possess all 3 of them. And so another little sub lesson here, throw out to the world who you're trying to attract and who you want to work with. Because if you don't put it out there and if you don't embody that and make it first of all, make it clear in your mind and your heart, and then effectively communicate that out to the world, then you're just going to get whatever because because you get what you set your intentions to. So this has obviously been super clear. I just like hammered on this for probably like an hour or something like that. So, and by the way, welcome on Loveness, Valerie, Jason. So, did I share? Hang on. I think there's one last thing I wanted to share here. What is it? Oh, I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. So what I want to share is, are my little marks going to stay here? Whoa, hang on. I think they'll come back. There we go. Okay. So what I wanted to share with you, and I might need to log into this. Bear with me one moment. Oh, we're good to go. Wow. And the team and the team grows as we're sitting here. Dude. What? Well, welcome to the team. Someone else just joined here. Obviously not from this because there's no links or any of that kind of stuff. So what I wanted to share is right here. Can I want to do this. Hold on. I got to mute some audio. Bear with me one moment. Okay. I want to try to find a good shot here of Josh and Jenna's wiggle. Wait. I think, is that it? Hang on. Oh, I like this one. I want this one. Is that the one? There. I like this one. Okay. This is pretty cool. This is what I want to show is, no, I know you can't. There, this is pretty cool. So granted, I know you can't really see this all that well, but I'll show you a little like preview. So this is Josh and Zen Zwagel. They are the owners of My Daily Choice Hempworks. And here's what I want to share with you. And then, because this, when I learned of the reason why these guys partnered in the CBD industry and how, so guys, the company is called My Daily Choice, and they weren't originally a company built around hemp and CBD. Josh started this company literally. So first of all, this is dead on with my mission. He was tired of some of the crap in the network marketing industry, and he wanted to build a company that people, My Daily Choice, my being mine, like they feel a part of it. They feel ownership in it. Daily is that it is changing their life daily. It's a part of their daily lives. And choice is that they're choosing to continue to be there. They're choosing to make a difference in the world. And Josh says it a little more succinctly, but that's that's the heart and the vision of My Daily Choice and what Josh had created here. So Jenna was one of the top affiliates in the company. And so what happened was she has an autoimmune disease. And she had been trying these different things over the years. And I'm going to share you another story about some autoimmune diseases and people that I personally know very well that their lives have been changed. But I'm sharing this because this touched my heart so much. I freaking knew I'm in the right place with the right owners that have my back like I got theirs. And when I learned how this all came together, dude, I know this is what's being created this year because it's already set in motion. I've already been running hard at this, as has my team. And dude, here's what I know. Let me just say this. We just started running this thing on December 4th. That the majority of people on my team that are going to go hit 10K, they're not even here yet. In fact, probably just a couple of them are here that are going to end up going 100. The majority of the people on my team, the 10 people that are going 100K this year, they're not even on this team yet. So realize if you haven't locked arms with me and you're not here yet, there's a reason that you're hearing this and you've stuck this out through multiple different Facebook Lives when the first one got whacked and everything. So Corny, welcome on to the Facebook Live. So I want to share that because you need to realize in a huge build here, let me put it this way. I will show you I have a very, very great way to show you this. So I showed you this team of 31,233 business builders across the first 5 levels of this organization. Now, I can't show you the rest of the screen, guys. I know this could easily be bullshit, right? I can't scroll up too much right here because there's personal information listed right above here. But there's literally, I could show you 31,000 sets of names, emails, where country they're from, what city, state, or province, and everything else all around the world. This is a worldwide team of well over 100,000 people, of which I could show you 31,233 of them right here. Here's why I'm sharing with you that I started that team on December 4th of 2008. And guess what? The 2 biggest income earners in my entire organization, they never even joined the team for like the first 3 to 6 plus months. They weren't even here at the beginning when we were first running it at all. The very top leaders, I didn't even know were going to join us. They joined months and months later. But yet, what's really fascinating is that both of them have just grown this income stream in the past week from a decade ago. Guys, I don't build this team. This is let me make this super clear. This is something I unplugged from in around 2012 or so. I support anybody on that team that asks for my help, but almost nobody's asking nowadays. They have their other leaders and whatever else they're doing there. My heart, my focus, my passion, you're staring at, it is with these people on this screen. It is with Team Inspire. It is with, I'll even showcase this for the first time publicly ever. It is with my team. Team Inspire CBD, like our little pro, the best graphics I've ever created in my 12 and a half years online. I'm pumped about that. Super proud, super grateful of that. So that's where my heart, my focus, my intention is at. And to be totally honest, on December 4th this year, when I started with these beautiful people on the screen right here, I wasn't 100% focused on this, and that wasn't my intention. But I didn't know that while I was getting into this company on December 4th, I didn't know the company was going to get into me at the deepest levels more than anything ever has in my career. And that's why I'm sharing with you the story. So, and I'll continue Jenna's story about her autoimmune disease in just a moment. So here's what, because her story, if she would have made the decision she made, then I would never be here at all. None of us would, in fact, but none of us that are in this company. But let me share with you. Okay, there we are. George, what's up, brother? Love you, man. Simona, welcome on. Dakota, love you, brother. Great to have you here. So my executive assistant, who's one of the closest people in my entire life, I love her to death. She's amazing. I'll do anything for her. She's defended me with some of the most ugly people in the world and stuck up for me dealt with stuff I never even knew was happening just because that's what she stands for. She's freaking amazing. She lives what you see on the screen right there. So I got her back for life. But here's what I want to share, this kind of funny story, that she joined HempWorks back earlier this year because she has 2 autoimmune diseases and her life was severely impacted by them. And while I can't promise you're going to have the same results she did, she literally started taking HempWorks specific CBD after trying 4 or 5 other companies and brands that were out there. And she realized these guys provide the third-party lab reports and they have ridiculous numbers of testimonials whose lives have been changed, including Jenna's, including now mine and so many people I care about in this world. So my executive assistant comes to me and says, Jason, do you want to come join this HempWorks thing? Because I want to come in here and I'll just come join you in it. And I'm like, hell no. I'm like, I'm not looking at that company. So this was way earlier this year, guys, in 2018. And so I'm ignoring HempWorks. I'm ignoring my daily choice the whole year. But dude, I am seeing it all over my radar. In fact, I've seen a couple people jump on this live that I even saw them get in. I saw them start promoting stuff and I'm like, dude, hell no. I'm focused. I'm ignoring. I've always been this master of focus. I put blinders on and I'm like, dude, my heart is here. It's with these people. It's right. What you're seeing on the screen with these guys right here. So I've been pointing this because they're there for my eyes, but I realized for you, they're like, Josh and Jenna are right over there. Like Josh and Jenna, got your back. Love you guys. So love you guys. This is like Brady Bunch. It's hilarious. So dude, have fun, by the way. If you don't like to have fun, I don't know if I'm the right team for you. And maybe I'm the right team, but I'm probably not the right person for you to join. And so anyway, my executive assistant joins. Literally, her whole freaking life changes. She's able to start going to the gym. All of her inflammation is down. She's able to start living the life she used to live before these diseases started taking over her entire life. And so I was like, holy shit. So that did keep this on my radar. I still wasn't going to join because I was the naive guy a little over a month ago thinking that CBD is weed and Mary Jane and pot, and I've never smoked a thing literally in my entire life, ever. Go back to the carbonation, all the soccer stuff. It doesn't mean I haven't drank, up till 7 years ago. It doesn't mean I haven't done other things that are not necessarily legal or illegal, but it does mean I've literally never smoked one thing in my entire life. Nothing. Like, not a cigarette, nothing. Because I grew up with parents who smoked, and it like freaking was... It was one of the nastiest things of my entire life, and I've had to work really hard to not judge the shit out of people that smoke. Like, I've had to work very, very hard over the years and realize they're doing the best they can, and that it's not, like, as long as they're not doing that shit near me and damaging me or my family, God bless you. Like, I've had a lot of work on that. And so I thought CBD was that, like, tied to the stuff that, like, the high part, the THC part. And guys, that I'll go on record saying this. What's ironic is that the US government says that alcohol is okay for everybody 21 and above, but yet this thing called THC and marijuana is not okay for people. But yet when you really dive really, really deep and look at everything happening, what you realize is alcohol kills ridiculous. In fact, I don't know if pot and marijuana has ever killed anybody, maybe indirectly through someone driving under the influence or something like that. You look at what alcohol does, it's like by far and away, and guys, it's by far and away worse. Now, here's what's hilarious. I had friends telling me this years ago that are basically potheads and dealers and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, that's just your bullshit excuse. So you feel better about smoking weed all the time. And I'm talking years ago, guys. And so what I started to realize over the past 3, 4, 5 years, being around a lot more people of influence, I started to realize like the truth of what's really out there. And I started to be more open-minded and be teachable. Number 2 here, I started to step into my more teachable attitude and realize that maybe there's a different hallucination. Maybe I need to consider other alternatives and other perspectives and other hallucinations. So what's crazy, and here's a great example. My friend Michael Oberhausen, who's here right now, I'm going to read this out loud to everybody. That this CBD, meaning HempWorks CBD, has changed the life of his 12-year-old lab. I was ready to put her down. Now her anxiety is gone and she is sleeping again instead of walking around constantly panting. I'm blessed and relieved. That's just his dog. Wait till you even hear more of some of the stuff. I'm telling you about my executive assistant. Michael, right here live, right in this moment, is sharing with you. This has already impacted one of the most important people in his life, his 12-year-old lab. By the way, Michael, you should send us if you have a picture, just post it right in here, bro. That would be really cool. So I'll officially say as well, my wife is like a high-end vet tech, or high-end, worked in the vet industry. She's helped work on like literally Oprah Winfrey's pets and a whole bunch of other hyper famous people because she worked at one of the biggest clinics not in Colorado, in the whole nation, like the one that the movie stars and stuff fly their pets into, and they pay thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. It's crazy. But and you know what? Hang on, I'm gonna fix our lighting real quick. That'll get better in a second. So I talked about my executive assistant, Michael, sharing his background here. I want to share. So what Jenna did, she had autoimmune disease. She had some things happening, and she knew she needed to address it. And she started trying out CBD, and a bunch of other crap wasn't working. And that's because most of the stuff out there in the industry is completely garbage. There's no third-party lab testing. The companies that make it don't want to do the third-party lab testing because they don't want you knowing what's in their shit, because their shit sucks. So just being super blunt around this. So that is a part of how this all started. And so what happened is Jenna tried some stuff from a particular farm actually in Kentucky in the United States. And guess what? Her whole freaking life changed. And I won't go into all the details of her story, but she literally went to her husband and she said, here's the deal. You either bring this CBD into our company called My Daily Choice, and if you don't bring this in, I am leaving this company and I'm getting this out to the world, because the world must know about this. And guys, the story's deeper. She had some more background on hemp and everything, and she really is passionate around literally changing people's quality of life. I can't believe I didn't bring a bottle. Like, I should be sharing the bottles and stuff now, but it doesn't matter. It's not time for that right now. So it changed her whole life. She went to Josh, her husband, and said, dude, I may be one of the top affiliates in this company of yours. I'm leaving if you don't find a way to bring this CBD in right now. And I think, I don't know all the details, but here we are today, and they created a new brand called HempWorks, which is all of their CBD line of all of the stuff, including the animal and the pet stuff that Michael Oberhausen has already seen results just in the first few weeks. And so, again, we can't promise you're going to get any results for anybody else. I will share with you. So now you have some of Jenna's story, some of my executive assistant's story, some of Michael's story. And here's what I want to share with all of that is that I have a story. And so I have not changed. I am a freak around nutrition. And I don't say that lightly. I have yet to meet someone who has a more disciplined set of nutritional habits. Now, I didn't know this until the last couple of years. I just, again, like when I was younger and I walked around, I thought just the whole world was kind. There's just a couple bullies. I didn't realize that just how much of a freak of nature I really was. But I am like uber protective about what fuel goes in. Like, do I give the Ferrari the right kind of fuel, or am I just putting a bunch of regular and unleaded and crappy gas in, or am I giving it the kind of fuel it truly needs? And so I'm sharing that because none of my nutrition, nothing has changed over the past, a lot of months, like probably more than 6+ months this year. I've changed nothing. I haven't got sick for many, many, many years. I can feel it right now. My nose, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. You probably cannot, but I am slightly dehydrated right now. So I need to be very careful. I'm pretty much out of water right now. And I just got this brand new fresh alkalized water. I have to be careful because I can feel how dehydrated I am. That's like, I can detect that. I know that's why my nose is starting to get a little stuffy right there, because my nose is always 100% clear. And so I'm sharing all that stuff because I've changed nothing except for one thing, which started, barely over like 10 days ago. So it took me a while to get my shipment. I had to change a few things around. So even though I joined this on December 4th, I didn't get my CBD until like I think a little over a week ago. But it took me a while because I had changed some stuff, and I was like, I basically I messed with the company's operations, so I delayed my own order. So here's what I've experienced. So I have noticed a measurable amount of being way more calm and basically what Michael said about, I don't really have anxiety, but I have this a level of energy that I can feel is like on like a more extreme edge, where there's moments where I might snap at something, or I might react in a way that is not like in a calm present state. And so what I've noticed for well over a week now, I noticed this over the first like 2 days. It was freaking crazy. And it's literally growing stronger as the CBD is building up in my ECS, which is my endocannabinoid system. We have a system in our body that is built to input CBD and hemp. And so, and by the way, guys, all this, I'm drug free, I'm alcohol free. I don't mess with any of that stuff. And so I don't touch pharmaceuticals, like none of that. I'm not exaggerating. Like, dude, I eat quinoa, broccoli, I eat salmon, I eat greens, I eat protein shakes. I expanded to eggs. I don't touch any cheese or dairy. I don't touch any sugar, or very, very little sugar. I don't touch gluten. So like, feel free to be a smart ass and say, well, what do? Eat ice cubes? Like, eat tons of nuts, tons of greens. I do potatoes, basically green shakes. I don't know. That's like the majority of my diet is what I just mentioned. Beans, legumes. About to have a badass salmon salad tonight for my New Year's dinner. I'm so excited. I'm literally like so excited for it. And what's funny is check in with yourself. I know there's some people, when I just said it, you're like, salad, like what the hell are you thinking, dude? But yet, here's part of why I've grown to be like that. I haven't been sick in years and years and years and years and years. Like literally not sick at all. I've had a couple periods where I'm run down. I take a nap for a couple hours, bam, 100% in an instant. And it only happens once or twice a year where I even feel slightly worn down. I'm not talking about like, oh my God, I have a fever, I need to stay in bed for 3 days. Like that was like when I was a kid growing up. I ate so much crap all the time. Christopher, what is up, my brother? I love you, man. So, and I could go more into when I really got clean with my nutrition, and then I pigged out on a Christmas party at my parents' house. I ate a bunch of sweets, which was always my weakness. In fact, I still want to think about eating sweets here and there, but I got so sick that night, and I didn't have any like crazy amount, but I had enough where my body was like, what the hell are you putting in here, bro? And I'll be as non-nasty as I can. I was on the toilet all night. Stuff was coming out of multiple orifices. And I was literally up till 4 a.m. in the freaking bathroom. The guy that goes to bed 9, 10, 11 at night was up till 4 a.m. sick, literally sick. And you know why? Because my body rejected the dairy and especially the shitload of sugar I just poured in. And in that moment, I'm so grateful for it. Not at that night. That sucked. But I'm so grateful because I realized I'd been poisoning myself with sugar over all the years to where that's how I lived every daily life. Far less than my energy level of normal. So anyway, back to what I've experienced with CBD is that, dude, so I have this calm presentness, which is like really, it's a more stabilized energy throughout the day. And it's crazy. It's basically like the opposite of, so if you're familiar with like caffeine impacts most people in the world. So you know how caffeine can like, you feel that like kind of jittery and it gets you just more like focused and present and stuff. Or even like more intense and jumpy and jittery and shaky, stuff like that. That I have the presentness as if I had like taken caffeine, but yet there's none of the jitters. In fact, my energy is completely like a foundational, like stabilized, like rock solid. It's freaking awesome. Totally amazing. I've also noticed, so I just did a bunch of burpees 2 days ago, and typically I have to end up taking 3 or more days off. And I was sitting here yesterday and then even this morning, and I was like, I thought, now I didn't know I did burpees 2 days ago until I just checked my workout thing. And cause I track everything I do, I didn't realize that I had, Anthony, what's up, brother? I didn't realize that I had just done them 2 days ago because my body felt like I had done them 4 or 5 days ago. So today I freaking crushed it even harder. And I hit them hard a couple days ago, literally 2 days ago. So here's why I'm sharing that, because typically when I work out, especially because I haven't been doing a lot of burpees or push-ups at all for the past month or so, I should have been sore as shit from that. Because guys, again, I wasn't playing around. I pushed really hard. And so I realized today when I went to go log, and I put this on Facebook, you can go look, like I did 70 burpees in less than 7 minutes. I don't remember all the exact numbers. I know I did 5 in 4 minutes and 33 seconds, 50 in 4 minutes and 33 seconds. But yet a few days ago, my first 50 were in 4 minutes and 53 seconds. So I already improved a ton more only 2 days after just crushing those. And I just kept ripping through and ripped out 70 in less than 7 minutes. And so my outcome is to be able to do 100 in less than 10 minutes. And then I'm going to stabilize there, and then I'm going to freaking just keep going. I have another outcome, new outcome. I am doing 1,000 burpees a month. And so that'll be here in January, and I'll probably ramp up quite a bit from there. And then I'll ramp down right before black belt testing late, somewhere this fall of 2019. So the recovery time is freaking crazy. And I noticed the same thing. So I went for, I think some of you guys saw that run where I had the mask on and everything. And I was like, hey, I don't even think I told you I was going out for a run. I said I'm going outside. I'm sure there's people thought I was going to like go shoveling or something like that. So I went for a 4 mile, like not crazy intense, but not a slow jog. So 4 mile run. And with the shape I was in running wise, I should have not been able to run within those next couple days, but yet everything was like literally feel like I haven't done everything and I'm in like peak shape. I'm not exaggerating any of these things. Like I know when my body gets sore and what it can handle, like I'm extremely in tune. I'm extremely aware of what's happening within my body because I've learned to adapt to, like, if my Achilles, my bad knee or anything else, if they start bugging me, I am very aware of that. I know how to adapt so I don't end up like having to sit out of activities for months straight and do rehab or do crazy surgeries and stuff like that. So anyway, like I've noticed profound difference in that stable energy throughout every single day. I've also noticed I already sleep pretty good. I slept for only like 4 to 6 hours per night for over almost a decade, starting around 2006 or 7 or so. And then it was early. When did I start changing my sleep patterns? I think it was early last year. It may have been 2 years now, where I created a discipline that I wanted to start sleeping 7.5 to 8 hours per night. And so I kind of flatlined somewhere around like 6 to 7.5 hour range there for like, guys, more than a year now, but like I adapted my sleep. By the way, it takes about 6 months for your body to completely adapt to your sleep cycles. So realize like your circadian rhythms, it literally is going to take you 6 months if you're trying to make a change to sleep patterns. So be careful pulling those all-nighters and crap, and be careful working some midnight shifts and all that. Like you're doing a lot more damage than you can imagine at this point without me going into some giant teaching lesson around that. And so I've noticed my sleep the past week, even though I'm totally on fire and I'm crushing it in business, that my energy is lasting until later in the evening, but also that I have no problem going to bed like 9 or 10, which I usually don't. That's my easy part. But dude, I'm usually, most of these mornings, I'm not getting up at 4 or 5 like typical. Usually I get up between about 4 to 5. These mornings have been like, I got up one morning at 4:30 and another at 4:44, but most of them have been like 5 to 6 range. So my body's getting more of the sleep that it naturally needs because the CBD is aiding it and it's regulating with my ECS, my endocannabinoid system. And so, and that's just the couple things that the main things I've been experiencing so far. I'm really pumped up over the next like 3 weeks or so to share even more with you. And so Happy New Year, Anthony. Love you, brother. So, oh, dude, that's awesome. Christopher, I just saw about your keto diet, bro. Go for it, man. It's awesome. I know a lot of people really crushing it, really impacted their life in a great way. So here's where I'm going to leave you before I wish you the most amazing New Year's. First of all, I'll save that. No, I'm going to say that right now. So Happy New Year, because I know I haven't said that. And guys, a lot of that is around, I don't care what day it is. I don't care that this is the 31st of December for me right now. That's just a hallucination of some timeline. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you're seeing this video in June. I don't care if you're seeing it on January 1st or any other time. Doesn't matter. Like, happy day to you. Happy New Year, happy birthday, and everything else. You get to create any day you want in any moment. And I hope you choose more often than not to carpe diem this day. Make this your birthday. Make this your favorite day of the year. Literally, whenever you're seeing this. Doesn't matter what the calendar says. That's just a way for the rest of the world to tell you when you got to be at some freaking job or something. That's the same reason until my Garmin, which measures like heart rate, my sleep patterns, so I can tell you exactly how I've slept for the last like several months because this thing tracks when I'm sleeping very like accurately. It's beautiful technology. Charlize, what's up? So I'm sharing all that because I don't look at this thing. I don't look at what time. I can barely read the freaking time. It's like 4:43, I think. And then so I look down here. Yes, it is 4:43. Sweet. I got it right. I don't ever look at my watch. I literally only wear this for the health benefits I get out of it because it reads a bunch of stuff out of my body night and day. And so I'm sharing that because time is an illusion. The day you're on is an illusion. It is a way to measure progress towards something. And it is a part of, if you practice, SMART goals, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time-based. If you practice SMART goals, which I gave you a very specific amount of time that we are pumping things with Team Inspire, that here in the next 90 days, starting here on January 1st, that I am taking 10 people to 10K affiliate within my Daily Choice HempWorks. And then over the next 12 months, so basically between now and December 31st, 2019, we will have approximately 100 plus or minus people at 10K affiliate because I'm taking at least 10 people to 100K affiliate. And what that means, what all those numbers mean is I will share with you real quickly. Here's what they really mean. And so this is the income disclosure statement for my Daily Choice. These are from January 1st, 2017 to July 1st, 2018. So I imagine this will get updated somewhere in like the near future for the last 6 months. But this basically covers an approximate 18, 19 month range where the average, so the 10Ks I'm talking about, the average annual income is about $19,000. The average monthly, annual average, monthly average. The annual monthly is about $1,600. I know that changes the lives of over 100 people that we help get to be 100K affiliates. And then by the end of the year, helping a full 10 people to go 100K right here, which is a monthly average of basically $6,300. I know that alone will set a good chunk of people I know free from being stuck in the matrix corporate job. And in fact, I just talked to one of my guy I love this morning that completely embodies all of these three things at a level that's just freaking inspiring as hell. That he only needs to get slightly above 25K here, and he is completely free from his corporate job. And so anyway,